Behind the Lines.
Hello and welcome to Behind the Lines. I'm Diane Dayton. We're going to tell you about a fun event that's coming up the end of April. You don't want to miss it if you're a woman. And with us right now to tell us about that is Donna Anderson. You are the president and CEO of Online Publishers. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Diane, for inviting me.
This is Lancaster County Women's Expo, and it's a great way to spend my day. It's coming up Saturday, April 30th at Spooky Nook, yes?
Yes, it is, from 9 o'clock until 2 o'clock, and we know that it'll be a great way to spend your day if you join us.
Yeah, this is the 5th year you're doing this, right?
Yes, it is, and every year it gets bigger and better.
Online Publishers actually is a few different publications. Address those.
Well, it is. We publish a number of magazines and newspapers, including 50 Plus Life, which has been around for 20 years, Businesswoman Magazine, and B Magazine for baby boomers.
How did this particular event come about?
Well, you know, women are always looking for fun things to do, and it is a great way to spend a day when you know, have everything else under control, and you can go out, you can be pampered a little bit, and you can learn a few things, but all in all, it's a great way to spend your day with your mother, your daughter, your friends. Just a great day.
Yeah, and I love the hours that you have too on your Saturday. It's 9 a.m. till 2 p.m. So it's right there in that morning to, you know, earlier part of the afternoon. But the amount of vendors that you have there too.
There'll probably be about 100 exhibitors there that day, so it touches into all aspects of our lives. Everything from health and wellness, which of course is very important. We women make the decisions for most of our family when it comes to health and wellness issues, to having fun, having a spa day, having a little chair massage. So you can touch on all of it if you go out for breakfast and come over to the show, or go out to lunch after you've visited the show.
And the pricing on this to attend?
Well, it is free. If you go online and register, you can visit our website at agreatwaytospendmyday.com, and it'll be free. Or you can pay $5 at the door, and hey, by the way, parking is free.
Oh, that's excellent. What will we find on the website?
Well, the website will have a complete list of all of our vendors, our sponsors, some of the activities that are going on that day, things that you definitely don't want to miss.
What I think too is nice to go look, and then you can kind of plan your day a little bit too, and know who you might want to make sure that you don't miss as well, right?
Absolutely. There's plenty of shopping, so you may want to check out who some of those vendors are that'll have some of those great things for you to take home. But there'll be a cupcake demonstration, there'll be a cooking demonstration, fashion show, all sorts of things. Wine tasting, you just don't want to miss it.
Yeah, I mean, really, you can spend the whole day there too.
Absolutely. Plenty of things to do.
Yeah, plenty of things to do. And how many people usually come to this? How many women do you get?
Well, we usually have between 1,500 and 2,000, so that's a nice little round number of people from our area.
Yeah, I'm sure you've gotten some great feedback with this too, haven't you, Donna? That's why you continue doing this and giving to the community.
Absolutely. Well, there's really nothing else quite like it. So it is a day that you can, at the heart of it, be learning about things that are important to you, that can help you in your everyday life and help your family. Or you can just go out and have a great time and do a little shopping, hanging out with some friends. So it's a wonderful way to spend a couple of hours, you know, here as we enter spring, just before Mother's Day, pick up a couple of gifts for Mom. So it's a great day.
Yeah, that's a great day. Who are the sponsors with this?
Well, we have a number of sponsors, and we have some great media partners, including Blue Ridge Communication, and we're thrilled to have them joining us. We have a number of other sponsors. We have Blossom Med Spa is one of our sponsors. So, you know, we would certainly encourage you to come out, talk to all of our sponsors, get to know them, get to know them, and that's what this is all about. It's the original social media. It's talking face to face.
Yes, it is, and that's what I think is the beauty of this too. As you go, you know, through the aisles and you wind your way through, you have that time to engage and get questions answered and get information.
Absolutely. You know, something we hear time after time, and as you know, we do a lot of events every year, is that people like the anonymity of it. So you can walk up to an accountant or an attorney and you have a question. You don't have to give all of your personal information to get an answer to that question on a preliminary basis, of course. But at least you can, you know, get a feel of whether or not you want to make a call to their office. So it's a great way to interact with local businesses in a very anonymous way, which can be very helpful.
And I think the location with Spooky Nook is really a good place to do this.
Well, it's so convenient right off 283. I mean, you get off the exit in 1 minute you're in the parking lot. So it is a very accessible area for most people in Lancaster County.
And I'm looking at, there's an entertainment lineup, which I think is fantastic, because not only can you go around and talk to different people, but there's also presentations that are going to be given. And we're going to be talking about the one cooking demonstration that's coming up at 9:30. But at 10:15, container gardening, and that's with Jody Morris. This is from Stauffer's of Kissel Hill.
And it's always a great opportunity to start to think about what you're going to be planning for your spring boxes. And Jody does a great job. Stauffer's always does a wonderful job with the plants that they bring, the containers that they bring. It's always packed when people are standing there trying to listen to this event. So it's really a nice opportunity to think about what you're going to put in the ground.
Oh, yes.
We're all looking forward to that.
Oh, it's some great information. And at 11 o'clock, cake decorating. Now, this is with Emily Mitchell from Lancaster Cupcake.
It is, and she's actually going to pull a few people out of the audience, and they're going to have a little bit of a competition decorating cupcakes.
Oh,
so that should be fun.
Right.
Should be fun.
Okay. And then 11:45, there's going to be a fashion show. This is going to be by Christopher and Banks at the Park City location.
That's right, and they do a nice job just bringing in all the spring and summer fashions, things that are going to be new, the colors that are going to be hot, and showing us with their models in the fashion show just what we might want to buy for the spring and summer season.
And this one that's at 12:30 I find really interesting too. It's going to be with Home Depot, so I can only imagine we're going to learn how to take care of our home and repairs and that sort of thing.
Well, they always do a fun do-it-yourself demonstration, so I'm not going to tell you what it's going to be, but I'm going to encourage people to come out. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. They do a fantastic job on do-it-yourself projects.
Yeah. So there's such a great learning with all of this that you've put together and structured. Is there anything that really sticks out to you, Donna, that, boy, I really, really like this about this particular expo that I want to make sure I don't miss? What is it that really, hits home for you, Donna?
Well, I'll tell you, one of the most exciting additions to the show this year for me is something that touches at everybody's heartstrings, and Friendship Heart Gallery will be joining us with a display. Several of the artists, if you're not familiar with them, I certainly encourage you to join us and find out about them, but you can also go online and learn about this wonderful initiative that is helping people who have developmental disabilities in our community learn all about art and painting. And they've done some fantastic work. We're thrilled to be able to present that work and to have some of their artists joining us that day as well. We're really excited about that.
Yes, they do a wonderful job. I'm looking at some of the people that are going to be there. We've got everything from, Chiropractic Associates of Lancaster, Central Penn College. So we're talking, education. We're talking, there's details, salon and spa. I mean, it really goes the whole gamut, doesn't it, Donna?
Well, it does. It touches into all areas of our lives as women. It's everything from fun and fashion to the serious stuff, talking about health and wellness and talking about, our legal matters and things that we really do need to be concerned about at all stages of our lives. We do see women who are coming there pushing strollers on up to grandmas coming with them. So everything in between, from the youngest to the oldest, it's just a really great day.
Yeah, I was going to ask you ages of what you see, and you really do see families of women,
Often.
right? It could be mother, daughter, and grandmother.
Often we see multi-generations, and it is a fun day. It's just a nice girls' day out at whatever age you are, and whether you're with friends or family. It seems to be a really good opportunity that we really don't see elsewhere in the community at any other time of the year.
Yeah. What I also like about this too, I think with the spring, the timing is perfect on this because we're all itching to either get outside and work outside, but also do some home improvements too. And I see on the list there's a lot of different people there, like Heritage Floors. There's also Homespire Windows and that sort of thing too.
Well, it is fun because it's always the seed of an idea that gets something started. And hey, let's be serious. It's we women who are making those decisions of, okay, I think the bathroom needs to be done or the kitchen needs to be updated. So it's a great opportunity not only for those businesses to get in front of the women who are joining us, but for women to get a sense of who's out there in the marketplace that might be able to help with those remodeling projects. If you're not going to do it yourself with Home Depot.
Right, which we can, and we'll learn how to do some of that too. There's a limit, right?
Absolutely.
Let's learn what we can do ourselves.
It's a serious limit in my world, but yes,
well,
there is a limit.
Same here, same here. But then it also is good to make sure we have that connection with someone who can really help us with these bigger projects and these major projects that we have going on too.
Well, it's nice to talk to somebody face to face
Yep.
and talk about those things. If you want to remodel your bathroom, where do you begin? What might you be looking at? How much might the project be? So to have the opportunity just to have a basic couple of answers so that you can say, well, $10,000 is in my budget, but $30,000 is not in my budget right now. Well, that could save you a lot of time. And hey, we women are all time constrained.
Yeah, and I like how you bring in the health aspect with this too, because that's important at every stage.
Well, it is. And, sometimes you just need to have it in front of you before you'll ask the question. So we've always appreciated any of our healthcare providers who join us because, it is all about your health because frankly, if you don't have that, you have nothing.
That's right.
And, sometimes you just might be a little reluctant to ask that question. Could be a basic question that you might think is not a smart question, might think it's a stupid question. And you can ask it of someone and it's not costing you a dime to do so.
Right.
And that might lead to someone having a further conversation that could help them in their life. Hey, we've seen many times that people will have health screenings at our events and later make a phone call into the office saying, geez, I'm really glad that I did that health screening because I was able to go to my doctors, I was able to take care of a problem before it became a serious problem. So, that's really important for people. And you're right, Diane, at all ages, we have to be concerned with our health.
Yeah, we're going to once again put the website up on the screen, which is a great way to spend my day. .com, right?
It is.
Okay,
That's exactly
.com.
right.
It's Lancaster County Women's Expo. Once again, it's Saturday, April 30th, 9 a.m. till 2 p.m. Spooky Nook. It's free if you register online, $5 at the door, free parking. Did I miss anything, Donna?
I think you did a great job. Nice summary, Diane.
Well, I'm going to be there, and I can't wait, to see everything that's going on. We're going to talk about that cooking demonstration because it's also a part of a new cooking show. So stay with us. Welcome back to Behind the Lines. We're talking about the Lancaster County Women's Expo. It's coming up on Saturday, April 30th, Spooky Nook, 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. There are some great entertainment lineups, and we're going to talk about the very first one that's happening on that day at 9:30. It's a cooking demonstration with Tim Ardinger, and Tim is here with us. Tim, you are a chef, and you are the host of Kom Essen.
I am.
Yes, you are. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Thanks for inviting me.
And Kom Essen is a new TV show, and Joanne Bender, you are one of the producers with that. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Diane.
This is going to be a great opportunity to strut your stuff and show what you do. You've got the 9:30 cooking demonstration, and I guess it has something to do with what's sitting beside me, right?
Absolutely. We're going to talk about pies on Friday or Saturday at the Expo, and specifically the Snitz pie.
Ah, what
and
is
we'll also
Snitz?
do a little bit of tasting too with that.
Of course.
Snitz is dried apple, and the Pennsylvania Dutch were pretty thrifty, and they wanted pies throughout the winter, so they dried their apples when they had them and then made pies out of them later on.
Okay, so you are going to show us what in this demonstration, from what to what?
We're going to show you from making the dough to filling the pie to getting it ready to put in the oven.
Okay, so everything we need to know, take notes, and then we can maybe get to sample this, is what you're saying.
I think at the end we'll sample a little Snitz pie.
Okay. How difficult is this to make?
It isn't. Nothing in the Pennsylvania Dutch is difficult. It's a simple cuisine, and people had to make it. They were working their farms. They were working hard. They had to have dinner. So it's not hard or complicated. It's something that we can make in today's life.
If people are looking at you right now, they go, I know him. Where do I know him from? Well, tell a little bit about your background.
Well, I'm from Lancaster County, so I consider myself a Dutchman once. And I've been involved in some community events, the Longs Park Art and Craft Festival. I was a chef at Market Fair when it opened up in the 80s. I've been in healthcare for a number of years, so I've been in the community and have been here.
And also CIA, known as Culinary Institute.
Right,
of
a
America,
CIA grad,
right?
so that got the whole cooking career started, and we've gone with it since then.
Yeah. Now, Joanne, this show, Kom Essen, this is Pennsylvania Dutch cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a big hit in this area, don't you think?
Well, I hope so. I mean, I grew up eating Pennsylvania Dutch food. I always felt like people in this area diss it some way. Oh, it's bland, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? It's our heritage. It's my heritage. And I think and when I met Tim and he told me what he wants to do with the show and tell the history and why we ate this and eat what, fantastic. I think it's a great story, and I think it's a story that's worth telling, and I don't know that many people have heard it before.
Well, and you also have a story too, because your family is vested in this community in food. Tell us about that.
Well, Bender's Restaurants, many years in Salunga, and so I grew up eating this, and that's what my mother cooked, and it's food for the working people. Your big meal is in the middle of the day. It's all that good stuff. And it's good for you, too.
Oh,
the
sure.
original farm to table.
Absolutely,
It is.
Yeah.
It is. So Kom Essen essentially means
Come eat.
come eat. Yes.
Sure.
And what preconceived notions that Joanne was talking about? We sometimes think that it's kind of bland, but it's really not. This excites you.
It does. It's exciting because it's what we are and it's our heritage. we have a lot of notions that the tourist industry put into people's mind, and a lot of what they do isn't really Pennsylvania Dutch cooking. So this started because I wanted to know what it really was, and I started doing research and reading, and then I wanted to cook it and eat it and make excited. And then we had the opportunity to share it with the community. So I think it is exciting. It's also one of America's original regional cuisines. It goes back to the 1700s. It's important to who we are.
What I think is great about the show treatment, as you're putting together what this show is going to be about, is the fact that Tim also gives a historical perspective and educates. Is that right, Joanne?
Right. So why are we eating what we're eating? What foods were available? Why the time of day that we're eating what we're eating? The community around what we're eating, bringing people together. The events, funerals, weddings, what might bring people together. So the culture as well as the food.
The culture.
Which that's what it is. Culture, food, food, culture.
And that's how you got so entrenched and started with this. You were doing this research, right, Tim?
I was doing the research, and really what I've gotten interested in is the why of food, not just a recipe. I mean, you hand me a recipe, there's millions of them. But if you hand me a recipe and you tell me about the history, that your mother made it or that your grandmother brought it over from Germany, and you start giving me the history and the background of it, that's when it gets exciting and it becomes alive. And that's why I wanted to do Comescent, to share some of that.
Well, we also talked about, all the food prep that would happen a lot in church basements too, right?
Food is so much more than just dinner at home or lunch on the go. It's social, and it's church basements, it's fire halls, it's funerals, special events like Joanne was talking about. Everything that we do really does center around food when it comes to celebration. And whether it's mourning, there's funeral pie, Pennsylvania Dutch funeral pie. And so it's mourning, and it's celebrating, and weddings, and every event in between.
I've got to know, what's in the funeral pie?
Well, a raisin pie is a funeral pie.
Oh, okay.
And there's a history of why it's funeral pie and why they made it for funerals.
And those are things that you want to touch on in this particular
We're going to
show.
talk about that. It's not just showing you recipes. It's also going to be talking about the people, the cuisine, how it has changed over the years, and some of the ways that you can use it today, and maybe even update a little bit for today.
I know one of the pies, when we were looking at what you were getting together with some of your first shows, is a corn pie. Ooh, tell me what's in that.
Ooh, it's nice.
Yeah, Joanne?
Go for it, Tim.
Corn pie is a pie that might be made for dinner, and it's a rich pie crust, and it has corn and potatoes and hard-boiled eggs and a little milk in it, some seasoning, and it's just very good. It's simple, but delicious. It's one of those you take the first bite and say, oh, it's okay. You take the second bite and say, this is pretty good, and it just keeps getting better as you eat it. So,
Yeah. What are some of the staples in this type of cooking?
well, if we want to put it in one word, we'd have to say it's starch for Pennsylvania Dutch. But there's a lot of staples. Pies definitely are staples. The Pennsylvania Dutch were just excellent pie bakers. But anything that had to do with local produce and local ingredients that they could raise, local meats, we're going to see a lot of fruits, preserves, strawberries, a lot of vegetables and chow chow, and just other things like that. So just locally grown produce and agricultural products are the staples.
Butter?
Butter. Butter, yes. I think fat would be next to starch as a staple, yes.
Okay.
But it's good butter.
Okay. Joanne, your thoughts about this show? I mean, this is going to be opening up the door for so many people to really understand what this area has to offer.
Well, and the real story. We're going to
Yeah.
tell you the truth about this food and the heritage. And it's not a marketing angle, and it's not a any other kind of angle. Then we are proud of where we come from, and we're proud of our heritage, the food being part of that heritage, and we want to tell that story.
Yeah.
And it's the real deal.
It is the real deal. And we'll also be pulling in some of the suppliers of the foods in the area. Is that right?
We hope to, as we progress with the show, and bring in some of the people that have grown it or have made it, some names that local people would know.
Yeah. I like how personable you are when you're doing this too.
He's a great presenter.
Isn't he?
He's a great presenter. Wait till you see him cook and present and talk. Julia Child is nothing like Tim Hardy.
It's fun, and it's something that is fun and that you're interested in. You can just get excited about. And I hope that's what we can portray when we do Comessen.
Yeah, and I think that's what the ladies are going to see when they come to the Lancaster County Women's Expo. Once again, it's on Saturday. It's April 30th, 9 a.m. till 2 p.m. Don't be late, because that's when Tim comes up at 9:30, and that's going to be this wonderful pie. And what is in this again?
This is a Montgomery pie,
So it
and
has-
it's a molasses and lemon bottom with like a cake topping.
Oh my. What do you say, Joanne? We probably should try this too. Definitely try this. Definitely try this. So at the expo itself, you're going to be around for a little while too. So if people want to find out more about you and want to find out more about the show and any cooking questions, I suppose that you're open for that too, right?
Sure,
Tim?
we're happy to talk to the people
Happy to talk about that.
and hear their stories too.
And I think, too, it's a good time to find out what people may want to know how to make, where their interests lie, too. We might be
Absolutely.
surprised what comes out with that, too, right, Joanne?
That's it. Yeah. So we'll be there talking about the show itself, other
Right.
productions that we're doing, and just various things that's happening.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it is exciting. It really is exciting. So sometime this year is when we're looking at Comessen to be available in the community, to be able to see it. And if you have any input, any ideas, come to this expo and connect with the two of you and get more information.
Absolutely.
Food, Comessen. How would you sum up in just a couple sentences this food, that show? What would you say, Tim?
I say the food is simple, delicious, filling, and the show should be fun, entertaining, and a little bit educational.
that works, right, John?
Ach, na, Tim, it's nice now, lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you know what you're in for. Comessen, a new TV show, and you can get to watch and learn how to make some pies and many, many more Pennsylvania items. Pennsylvania Just Cooking. Stay with us. We've got some final thoughts about this fabulous expo. We've been talking to you about the Lancaster County Women's Expo, Saturday, April 30th, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Spooky Nook. Donna, some final thoughts.
Well, I hope everyone will come out and join us. It's a great way to spend the day with family and friends, and also to take advantage of all of the things that are being offered that day, that you can stop by, say hello, shop a little, relax a little. So come out and join us.
Yeah, a lot of different things, health, wellness, fixing your house. Cooking demo, Tim, final thought?
Absolutely. Come start your day with cooking, get pie demo, a little tasting of pie, just like a good Dutchman would.
Just like a good Dutchman would, yeah. And I also think it's great that we can talk about the container gardening. That's with Stauffer's at Kissel Hill, and that's at 10:15. Cake decorating at 11. 11:45, there's a fashion show. 12:30, Home Depot. And it is free if you register online. Is that right, Donna?
That's right. If you go to agreatwaytospendmyday.com, you can register for free for you and your friends.
Yeah, and it's $5 if you don't register. That's at the door.
That's right.
But it is free parking too. So get together, all the girls. If you want to bring the guys too, nothing wrong with that, right?
That's exactly right.
Because we've got Tim there. So
We have things for everybody.
we do. Thank you so much. This is a wonderful thing that you do, and this is the 5th year, and I can't wait to see your demonstration and others too.
Thank you,
Thanks
Diane.
so much for talking to us today. I'm Diane Dayton with Behind the Lines, thanking you for joining us today too, and reminding you to keep looking behind the lines. You might be surprised what you find.